That's what the barrel sounds like. Today, folks, we have 9 of the hottest baseball bats ever made, and we're gonna find out what is the best USSSA composite bat on the market. Let's get it. Sorry, I didn't tell you that was going. So here we have a single elimination 9-bat mega bracket. Starting out, our first matchup is going to be the Louisville Slugger Supra versus the DeMarini Zen. The winner of that will face the Dirty South. The winner of that will face the Bone Saber Composite. The winner of that matchup will face the Marucci Cat X2 Composite. The winner of that matchup will face the Axe Warp. The winner of that matchup will face the Rawlings Icon. Winner of that matchup will face the Easton Dub. And finally, the winner of that matchup will have a chance against the reigning champion, the Easton Hype Fire. All right, first matchup. We got this limited edition DeMarini Zen, and we have the brand new, haven't even swung this yet, 2026 Louisville Slugger Supra. All right, Zen first. We have our track man here to track both exit velos and distance. Out here at Liberty North, it is 385 to center, 325 down the lines. These bats should have no problem with that. You think the Icon's gonna win, huh? A lot of the kiddos think the Icon is gonna win too. A couple of them said the Dub. I still think the defending champ, the Hype, is gonna win, but my dark horse for the whole thing is the Axe bat, as crazy as that sounds. So, all right, here we go. We're looking for 110s today. Oh, it sounds stupid. Let's see if that hunts already. Yes, sir. All right. Okay, that was not amazing, but 101, 389 to start. The Zen has been one of the more underwhelming U-Trip bats this year, which is weird. I thought this was going to be a really good bat, but the velos are just kind of down. That's a bomb. The sweet spot feels so good, though. All right, 107.7, 427 feet and 6 inches. One other issue I have with the Zen, if you've seen on our Instagram story, they break like they're telescoping like crazy. I'm assuming they're gonna have that fixed for 2026 because they fixed the goods, but not a good look. Oh, that's an absolute creature right there. So it hits tanks. 107.5. Velos aren't crazy yet. 431. The sweet spot is really good. I think this is just going to lose to just about every bat in exit velo, though, honestly. 114. That's better. Oh, that's hit so far. Oh, I think I was over the light. Okay, that's about perfect, and it's still only 108, 433. We definitely have more exit velo in the tank. Let's flatten one out. All right, that's what we need right there. Okay, wow, only 112. We had the big rollover for 114, but 112, 107 to 112 there. All right, let's go to the Supra. If Louisville did a half-decent job, this should win. I mean, with all of these bats, I would hope to at least get about 115. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Let's hear it. Oh, this is gonna smoke it. This is like just a better meta. That's 110.4. Oh, the Zen is cooked. The Zen is already gonna be eliminated. Come on, give us 115. 115.9. Now we are talking. Okay, let's get a far one. Yep. That's farthest ball of the day by a long shot. Dude, that's way over the light. Oh, baby, yes. 114.3, 465, new long ball of the day. Okay, one more chance for the Zen, but I think it's cooked. Good sweet spot. Oh, gosh. 112. The Zen is eliminated. All right, we're down to 8 bats and moving on up. The Supra is now facing off against the Dirty South, the Show. One benefit of this bat is you can get it in a drop 6, which gets around that 12U PG drop 5 band. The Supra is obviously just gonna be a drop 5 or a drop 8. All right, this is a lot better than the old Dirty South bats. It's gonna be hot. It's a one-piece composite. I'm worried it's gonna be fragile, so let's find out. That sound is crazy. Like, I swear it just sounds like that. It's not broken. That was 108. I didn't even really swing hard. Dude, this is gonna have a chance, man. It swings super light. I'm worried it's gonna crack. Okay, that's 112 for 410. Didn't break. Oh my gosh. Over the light. 113 for 463. So I think we had 116 with the Supra, so we're not quite there, but definitely better than the Zen so far. Okay, let's hit a liner. Oh, I like that so hard. I mean, that second swing I smoked. That's 108. I don't know, guys. Let's give the Supra one last chance. 112, I believe, was our high right there. This is the real deal, bro. All right, we've set a new bar, 117 miles an hour with the Supra. All right, so really impressive from Dirty South. Definitely better than the Zen, but this thing is disqualified. All right, so the Supra moves up again, and it is now facing the Warstick Bone Saber Composite. This definitely has the advantage when it comes to break-in swings. I have a couple hundred swings on this because, quite frankly, I haven't even really been able to get it to break in. This is pretty new, but it's clearly very hot out of the wrapper, so I'm just worried this is going to sound pingy still. Okay, 117 is the new bar. Yeah, it's so pingy still. I tattooed that. 110.2. Uh-oh, the Supra might be cruising still. Hammered, heads up. 112.1, really good, but not 117. That's a tank, dude. I had a little bit harder time squaring this one up. 110, 433. Bro, if the Supra doesn't break, the Supra's got it. Bro, that thing's for real. 114. Easy 114. Last chance for the Saber. $114. It's good, but it could not get near that 460 or that 117. The margins are getting closer. I think probably our second hottest bat, but the Bone Saber is eliminated. The Supra moves on again. All right, we have 6 bats remaining. We're getting closer to the top. Supra moving up to face the Cat X2 Composite. Underrated bat right here. Oh, this feels nice, bro. This is gonna be up there. Oh, dude, it's so light swinging. Okay, 110, 429. The feel of this is incredible. Come on, baby. That is up there. 115.8, so 116. Oh yeah, just turned on that. 117 flat. All right, time for a little swing off with the Marucci and the Supra. It's gonna be freaking tight from here on out. All right, Supra needs to repeat 117. Might have done it right there. Oh my gosh. 118.4, our new high. Louisville shows up in U-Trip after 20 years. All right, 118.4. That, I'm getting tired, guys. That's gonna be tough. No way it did it first swing. What? That's every last bit of it. That's gonna be the showdown. I don't know. Nope. 115.7, 445. Came up just short. That Marucci feels so good though. These are freaking neck and neck, but have to give it to the Supra. I hate to disqualify the Marucci, but it's gone. All right, here's where it gets interesting. What I think is potentially the dark horse out of all these bats and the surprise of the day. Can the Supra survive all the swings we're putting on it? And can the Axe Warp surpass 118? Let's find out. Oh, this is hot. I'm interested in that. 114.4. Oh man, we have some paint flying off the barrel. That sounds crazy. Dude, the paint is coming off like so much. Okay, 111, 446 way up in the air. Can you see how, I mean, the paint job kind of hides it, but we got paint flaking like crazy right there. That doesn't mean it's breaking. If anything, that just means the bat is trampolining a ton. That's about perfect, dude. That's hit so hard. We are almost at 120. That is our highest velo, folks. 119.2. No, 0.3, my bad. Also worth mentioning, I don't love the axe handle. This is the flared version, which is a much more moderate, less controversial version. I don't love this either, but it's not really that noticeable. It's kind of more like a bone saber knob. The sweet spot is like one thing that I don't really love about this. It's not that crazy good towards the hands. Man, it's like similar to the bone saber. I'm not squaring it up great. Oh my gosh, that was the barrel. Oh, that felt money. 119.2, bro. The Supra is on the ropes officially. We need over 119.3. Okay, for what it's worth, the sweet spot is better on the Supra. That's only 113. That was a little on the end. I like the handle better on this. The sweet spot's better on this. The axe is lighter for sure. This is a pretty end-loaded bat. So we're gonna try to consider all of that. Exit velo isn't really end-all be-all. That's about all I got. We have arrived. We have arrived. Our first 120 of the day belongs to the frickin' Supra. 120.4. I did not have the Supra doing this on my bingo card. All right, the axe gets a chance to go 120. That's about it. We'll give it one more. 117. That is so far. Could be our farthest ball of the night there. 485, 118.4. I swear, 484 and 7 inches. All right, the Warp has deserved one more chance with that. Long ball of the day. We need 120. We didn't get it. 117.1. Oh, you hate to see it. The axe goes down. So now we have 4 bats remaining. 3 you probably expected to be here. 1 I don't think any of us expected to be here. Starting with the quarterfinals, the Supra versus the Icon. And we're gonna mostly focus on the Icon here. The Supra has done its part. It's taken a ton of hacks. 120.4 is the bar. Which, bro, I don't know if the Icon, I don't think I've ever hit 120 with the Icon. 120. I don't think that's 120, that's hard. 112. Oh, that's hit so hard, come on. That needs to be at least 118. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It proves that it belongs. 118.3. And the Icon has no excuses. This might be, outside of the Bone Saber, our most broken in bat yet, which is another big bonus of the Icon. At least the 2025, a very durable bat compared to some of these. That was so sick. That's got to be close. No, 115. We are in serious trouble, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you got.
That's all I got. Oh my gosh! What? 121.6 with the Icon. Now we have to see if the Supra can hit 122. Holy crap. First swing. Wow. You can't make this up. 120.7. Can't believe it hasn't broke. We've been letting it rip on this thing. That's all I got. That's all I got with the Supra. 119.4. What do we do? One more with each. Can the Icon prove it? If it can get another 120, the Icon moves on. That might be 500 feet. That might be 116,474. I think I broke the bat. That's gonna be a sick velo though. 117,462. Let's hear one more.
For sure.
I don't see it, but that sounds broken, right?
Yeah, that sounded broken.
I don't think we can leave it in.
It does have a lot of swing.
It does have a lot of... This is going to be a controversial one, and I get you might hate the referee right here, but this is showing signs of braking, and the exit velos were within 1 mile an hour, and if anything, the Supra's average was a touch better. I probably should have came in with a fresher Icon. This was the newest Icon I had, but you guys can be mad at me if you want. I think I gotta disqualify the Icon.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
So last minute decision here. I was up all night thinking about the Icon and how it broke, but it was the one bat that actually had a lot of swings on it. So what I've decided to do, we are gonna give it 5 chances with a new Icon. I have like 25 breaking swings on it. If it can hit over 120.4 within those 5 barrels, we're gonna have the Icon move on. But I don't know if a new Icon can beat the Supra. Hit well. 110. I don't know, guys. I think the Icon was in the conversation to begin with because of how broken in it was. Hit hard. Out of the stadium, 113, 442. We still need 8 miles an hour. That's literally as hard as I can hit it. That's only 115. Last chance. Dang it, bro. Perfect barrel. 117.7, so really good. You just gotta break in the Icon a bunch. I think the Supra, considering it only had like 50 to 70 hacks, I think the Supra's a touch hotter. So we are now down to the final 3. Got some huge names here. The Supra's staying alive, but it has to get through the Eastons. We have the Dub, and then lastly, we're gonna have the Hype Fire here, so. I technically have never hit 120 with the Dub. I've hit a 500 footer, but not 120. That is really far. I don't even know where that went. All right, 115.3, 458. Guys, I don't know if the Drop 5 Dub is gonna be the bat that wins this thing. I still personally think the Drop 5 Hype Fire for sure is gonna be hotter than the Drop 5 of this. I think what makes the Dub special is the Drop 8 and the Drop 10 versions is so much better than everything else. So keep that in mind. This is just Drop 5. This is still dang good though. I mean, 115 is no joke and it's early. Oh, that takes so long. Check for cracks, it looks good. 115 again. Oh man, I don't know if the dub has it in drop 5. It's the sweet spot, I think is the best sweet spot we've swung this entire time. I don't know if the top end velo is quite there with like the hype, maybe even the icon, honestly. Like that's a miss and it goes so far on those. Yeah. Dude, that needs to be close. 117.2. So far, it seems like the drop 5 is pretty on par with the icon. The sweet spot is, again, insane. And we have no cracks yet. So I'm gonna give it one more chance. We need 120, and then we'll double check with the Supra as well. Hitting bombs though. Not quite. God, it's money. Come on, dub. That's it. $116, guys. If you're a drop 8 or a drop 10 kid, I would highly recommend the dub. I don't know if it's gonna win drop 5, guys. All right, the Supra just needs to get a 118 right here, then it's gonna face the hype. Dude, it sounds hollow. That might be it. Oh gosh. Like, I think we have more in the tank. That's 118.2. $119.1. Let's go in the air. Dude, it's sounding more and more broken in. I hope it survives. That's 119.7. Just a liner. All right, I cannot believe this. The Supra is going to the ship. I put it in the first round because I legit didn't think it would make it very far. I just thought it was gonna be a meta. This thing is insanely hot. So we have made it to the last bat. The defending champion, Easton Hype Fire. These are prone to cracking. This one is brand new, 0 swings at all. My hardest hit ever, my farthest hit ever was with this bat. So I think 121 would win it, unless the Supra is gonna have a chance for rebuttal, but we're looking for 121, 122. I still stand by. I think the Hype Fire is gonna win, guys. Let's see. Dude, I didn't even get that perfect. Bro.
That is 119.
I swear. Dude, I have more in the tank. That was the first swing ever. 120.3. Isn't that, I freaking knew it. The drop 5 of this is inhumane. That was hit hard. 118. I still think the sweet spot's better on the dub. I think the sweet spot on the Supra, the dub, and the Icon are a little better than the Hype. That doesn't count. That was 121 flat, but that doesn't count. That's what the barrel sounds like. I got under it, but that's really far.
That's so far. What was that?
473 for 117. I think that should be 120. 120.5 with the Hype Fire. So, here's what we're gonna do. Our final 4 bats, the Icon, the Supra, the Dub, and the Hype, we're gonna bust out a little bit harder baseball, like a U-Trip sanctioned ball, 1 more barrel with each. Okay, Icon first. The Icon might be the heaviest one. Dude, the Icon might be the heaviest drop 5. Nah, that's only 116 though. Or 115. 115.3, 453. All right, currently in 3rd place, we got the Easton Dub. 119 flat. The dub is not gonna win the drop 5 showdown. We're gonna go one more with this, one more with the Supra. The hype hasn't cracked yet, I'm kind of surprised. That's almost there. That's hit well. 114. $119. Bro, the moral of the story, they are all neck and neck. The top, like even like the top 6 are all so close. I just can't believe it's not breaking as flicked at that. That is so stupid. That sounded like it cracked. 120.4. I don't see anything. That's it. It won.
What'd it do?
Oh, that blister hurts.
Oh my gosh.
The Supra.
From nowhere.
The ugliest bat here.
From literally out of nowhere.
That's like when the Nationals won the World Series.
I didn't even know they did.
It's like the Pacers going to the NBA Finals.
Dude, that's wild. Just outright. That's outright victory.
It is actually one right there. And I'm dead tired. And that's got over 100 swings on it now and it didn't break.
Durability?
Durability's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, my hands are cooked, boys.
Sweet spot.
The sweet spot's crazy, and it's the lightest one. There's no freaking way. All right, so that was insane. Apparently the Supra is our hottest drop 5. But before we kind of collect our final thoughts here and give a final verdict, I do want to swing a drop 8 Supra against a drop 8 dub. Because for the drop 5 composite bats, it was all kind of up in the air. I knew there were a bunch of very hot bats, but for drop 8 and probably drop 10 as well, the dub is the clear favorite. There wasn't an equivalent of that in drop 5s. The dub runs away with it for drop 8 and drop 10. So I want to see if the Supra can even come close to the dub. I put about 50 break-in swings on this, just like 70 to 85 miles an hour, so nice and light, but it definitely needed them. This was really high pitched to begin with, and it's sounding a lot better now. So we're gonna go really slow pitching. I'm not gonna swing too hard. These are drop 8s, very small size, so. I mean, that feels pretty good. Dang, that's 96. All right, it feels like it's bouncing off pretty well. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Let's open up a little bit here. 103, that feels nice. 105, we're climbing. 105, let's get one more with this. Okay, 103, so 103, 105, again, not really opening up. We might swing hard at the end, but let's go to the dub. As of right now, I think this is gonna be hotter than the Supra. Where's my pine tar? The Supra is definitely more balanced though. Again, this is kind of a log for a drop 8, but it's stupid hot. That's just a flicked 102. Yeah, you can hear the sound difference. 104. 104. This does feel a lot better. The sweet spot is just crazy. All right, 108.5. Okay, let's try to get like 20 more swings on this and open up for a few. I don't think it's gonna beat the dub. All right, so 20 more hacks. It's starting to sound a little better. This is actually a little bit harder to break in than I had expected. Durability's holding up very well. We're gonna go ahead and let it rip. If it breaks, that's my fault, but let's swing hard for a couple. 110. Man, it's good. The tiniest little seam right there. I mean, I swung way too hard for a drop 8. We'll get one more. I pieced that. Nah, I want to wait. Want to wait again. So 108, 110 with the Supra. Let's let it eat with our drop 8 dub. $112. 112 again. Dude, that's not that far off. One more with the Supra. $109. Oh, see ya, ball. 109, last chance. 110 again. All right, Doug gets one more hack to beat 110. Jammer. 109, jeez. This is way heavier. Dude, it's close. The sweet spot is definitely better on this, and the velos are a little bit better, but this is just so hot out of the wrapper. I almost question if this is all the way broken in. You got a whale on this thing. $110. Last chance for the dub. It just needs to do another 110. 110. They're close. 110.6. Dude, shout out Supra. That is so much closer than I thought. I would give the slight edge to the dub. Here's velos. Dude, I took way too many swings, way too hard on these bats for drop 8s. So all we have on the dub is just a little seam right there. Very slight, but really nothing at all to be concerned about. And on the Supra, probably nothing visible on camera, but kind of like zigzag in a couple spots, but nothing really to be concerned about. Really freaking good in drop 8 as well. We've just done this 1 through 5 list, drop 5, drop 10, drop 8, all combined. However, we're gonna switch that up this year. I think that's a disservice to the bats and a disservice to you guys. I have come to find that a drop 8 and drop 10 version of a bat performs quite differently a lot of the time than the drop 5 version of a bat. The Hype Fire is a great example of that. Absolutely gas in drop 5, somewhat underwhelming in drop 8 and drop 10. And I will also say, for all the swings you guys saw me do on camera, I took a ton off camera, especially with the drop 8 and the drop 10 bats, so I can give you guys the best rankings possible. So here we go. We're gonna start with drop 5. So for drop 5, I think the best bats, in my opinion, number 3, I'm gonna give it to the Easton Dub. While the high-end velos aren't quite there with like the Icon, the Supra, the Hype Fire, the sweet spot is stupid on this thing. Really good at backspinning the ball, really good at lofting the ball. If you are a home run hitter, the Dub might be the move, guys. It is so easy to just hit far, far fly balls with this bat. At least the drop 5 for me has been very durable, so I still love the Dub. I just think it is, you know, spoiler, I think it specializes in the drop 8 and drop 10 versions where no other bat really does that. So second place, the good old Hype Fire. I feel like this bat has kind of fallen off since the Icon, the Dub, and the Supra have got released. The drop 5 Hype Fire is still one of the best bats ever made in the history of baseball bats. Absolutely stupid. I was impressed. There were no cracks during that whole time. No break-in needed. It's a little bit end-loaded. If I were to complain about one thing, the sweet spot isn't insane, but if you get it on that spot, that it's the best perfect spot in all of baseball. And then the number 1 spot for drop 5, I think, was a broken in Supra. And even out of the wrapper, this thing was red hot, but you heard it change sound over time across the course of the video. The Supra combines it all, guys. It's easy to swing. The barrel looks huge. The miss hit performance is incredible. The sweet spot is so good. It seems pretty dang durable. And I love this bat. I hit 122 with it. I think I hit 120 like 5 different times. And that kind of brings me to the Icon. I feel like what the Icon was good for was that it was in some drops, a lighter swinging and more durable alternative to the Hype Fire and the Dub. However, I feel like the Supra does those exact things better. So because of that, very controversial, the Icon is not going to be in our top 3 drop 5 bats. So here is our new drop 5 U-Trip bat rankings. So with that said, props to the Supra. Let's move on to drop 8 and drop 10. I've swung these bats a ton. So I started my little off-camera round with these 3, all really good drop 8 and drop 10 bats, but I can confidently say, guys, these 2 bats, the Supra and the Dub in drop 8 and drop 10, are a step above the rest of the competition, including the Hype Fire, including the Icon, including the Axe Bat, in my opinion. Quick shout out to the Marucci Cat X2 Composite. That bat's really good as well, but these are the move in drop 8 or drop 10. And I will also say, quick disclaimer, if you're a little kid, bro, if you're 6, 7, 8, 9, even like some smaller 10-year-olds, get a one-piece Marucci, even like the Victus pencil bat, a vibration dampener, one-piece alloy. You can often find them for $100, $150. That's the move. Don't get a composite bat unless like you're getting into that elite 10U, 11U, 12U, 13U travel ball scene. Those one pieces are going to be just fine. For younger kids, especially in drop 8 and drop 10, the margin between composite and alloy and how hot they're going to be is pretty small. It really gets more drastic in the drop 5 bats, but for you advanced drop 8 and drop 10 hitters, these are the move. I think number 1, we still got to give it to the Dub. The one downside about this is it is pretty end loaded. The drop 8 swings a little more like, I'd say like a drop 6 even, and then the drop 10 swings a little bit more like a lot of drop 8s do. But it is a rocket launcher, bro. And if you do want a more balanced bat and potentially a little more durable, the Supra is gas. You do need to break it in a little bit. Some of you really smaller kids might have a hard time breaking it in, so maybe have your dad help you out or something, but I'm really impressed. The last couple years, we saw Louisville and DeMarini make drastic changes to their drop 5, but they didn't really do anything with their drop 8 and drop 10. They were pretty underwhelming. The drop 8 and drop 10 of this are, in my opinion, head and shoulders above the old Metas. Just a gas, super low compression, way more broken in, much hotter. You can hear it from Swing 1 version of the old Metas. So I'm going to go number 1 Dub, number 2 Supra, number 3 any of those old Marucci one-piece bats. So with that said, guys, honestly, like if you have any of these 4 bats, even the Marucci Cat X2 Composite, even the Axe Warp, you have one of the hottest bats ever made, and you're going to be in great shape with any of these. If we're nitpicking, I would get one of these 3 bats right here. So there it is, guys. Much love. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time.